Thursday afternoon, we have the softball championship here between the Maple Grove Crimson and the Centennial Cougars here at Centennial High School. I'm Blythe Whaley, alongside special guest Sam Ekstrom, who we haven't had on our station before, but we're so glad you're here with us, Sam.
Yeah, it's going to be brought into the mix for an elite matchup like this. A couple teams that are not only conference rivals, but section rivals as well, and they've already met in these playoffs. A one-run game the last time they met, with Centennial on top in extra innings. And if we get something similar this afternoon, there's going to be a lot of drama, Blythe.
Yes, it was certainly an intense one here last week between these two. And so knowing they've matched up a couple times already this year, and the coach for Maple Grove was saying it's tough to do it 3 times, but we'll see today who gets to come out with that victory and head to the state tournament. But something special that we should probably also note is if Maple Grove does come away with the win, we will have another game directly after this one here today. But something that will be different is when we think about this is an earlier game than these ladies are used to playing.
That's right. I mean, extreme heat this week in the Twin Cities. Temperatures, if they play a second game, could get up in the mid-90s. Right now, it's about 90 degrees. We're underway.
Right away, bang, first hit here, and the first out for Maple Grove.
Yeah, Barry had a tough time catching up to that fastball. Obviously, Helene Craig is one of the best pitchers in the state, coming off a shutout against Maple Grove in those 9 innings, 101 pitches, 8 strikeouts, and you know, Maple Grove is going to cherish any base runners they can get in this game.
Craig had a phenomenal game last week. Now she's had some time off. She did get hit by a pitch in the knee. It looks like she's recovered quite nicely. She came back even in that last game. But here today to get some business done, as Coach Thomas would say. A count now, 1-1.
A couple veteran coaches here, Blythe. Rick Thomas on the Centennial side, Jim Coltis on the Maple Grove side, and we've got a conference here on the mound with the umpire.
Yeah, last time Craig got a talking to as well, and so making sure that they're on the same page.
Looks like it's something to do with the stance or the motion, and she's only thrown 3 pitches in the game so far, so clearly something was standing out to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It kind of messes with you, I would assume, as a pitcher, to kind of have to look at adjusting what you're doing to make sure that you don't have an illegal pitch.
Sydney Hockett, this hitter, has been on fire. 2 hits in all 3 playoff games so far.
Just like last week, Maple Grove is electric here next to us with their energy, but Hockett, Sydney Hockett, getting that second out for Maple Grove.
Yeah, good play by Ringen. 1 hop, went up to get it to the bag, easy out, and I think we're going to see a lot of sharp defense here, Blythe. These two teams are playing their best softball of the year. There's not a ton of wind to mess with them. I mean, this field is perfectly manicured. I don't think we're going to see a lot of bad hops.
Craig rocketing it in, but up to bat right now here for the Crimson, Dorothy Dewick. She is a senior here for the Crimson.
Batting over 300 on the year, 7 RBIs. This is a really good hitter for Maple Grove.
We're 1-1. Craig again having to kind of shake that off, getting talked to by the umpire early today. Strong hit here to center field, able to get on base. Dorothy Dewick does it for the Crimson.
Great piece of hitting. Nothing special, just put the bat on the ball and rolled it up the middle. And, you know, when you're facing a pitcher like Craig, who every game is a threat to throw a no-hitter, to get that first hit in the first inning, I think, is a big mental relief for the Crimson.
Yeah, it's looking different than last week just by how confident the Crimson have come up trying to hit some of these pitches by Craig. Craig doing such a good job pitching. Just had a week off and another hit. long, but Centennial able to handle it, getting that third out. We'll head to the bottom of the first, still 0-0. And we'll take a quick break and be back here for that bottom of the first in just a few moments. We are back. The sun is out. See some hats. It's a good thing that they have them because this heat and from the sun especially is intense. Get the sunscreen on. I know we lathered on to make sure that we were ready for today's game.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like you got half the fans in those coveted shaded seats under the pine trees.
Wonder if they had to pay extra for those.
Yeah, those are the luxury suites right there.
But as we head into the bottom of the first here, Maple Grove going to show possibly the defense that they showed in their last couple of games. They didn't allow any runs in just their last game they had to play against Champlain Park to make it to today after matching up with this Centennial team last week. But they got it done.
Yeah, that was a big win for them, bouncing back after an emotionally draining loss against Centennial. They bounced back against Champlain Park, shut them out, scored 2 runs in the third, 2 in the fifth. And the pitcher here this morning, Bella Daniels, a complete game shutout in that game and got 10 strikeouts in that game. Her strikeout numbers are not always exceptionally high, but for her to be that locked in, I think bodes well for her outing this morning.
Sid Chiapetta for the Cougars. This one goes foul. Trying to find a car window, but luckily no one parked over there today. Had a few go in to the backyard or the front yard of these homes last week.
Yeah, if you live along this road here, you can just pop your head out the front door and watch some high-level softball. Great crowd here this morning as well.
Bella Daniels pitching for the Crimson.
She's only a sophomore. This is a big spot for a young pitcher. Be interesting to see how she fares. Remember, the last time that the Crimson were playing softball was 2019. They won the championship. Daniels was an 8th grader.
I know, it's neat to see that experience, getting to be around it and then finally have your opportunity to try to make it happen. Another hit here today, but this one from Chiapetta lofted up to outfield. The Crimson pull it in. That's Sid Hockett able to snag that one out of the sky, that first out.
You can tell Hockett is really confident in center field. She read that perfectly off the bat, just moseyed a couple steps backward and made the play. No issue whatsoever.
You always love when they make it look super effortless because you know there is effort involved, but calm, cool, collected, reels it in. This is Bryn Ruberg for the Cougars. But that first strike, Bella Daniels, we're 0-1. Ball hit, again, high lofted. Crimson able to bring it down. Out number 2.
And the shortstop is the captain of the defensive infield. And when the shortstop has that kind of range, that's really big for your defense. And obviously, needing to communicate, too, that she's going to make that play and call off the left fielder, Strom. Another great defensive play by Maple Grove.
This one's looking very similar to last week, just great defensive effort. 1-0. We sit. Bella Daniels taking on the Cougars. Abby Losi.
I like that off-speed pitch by Daniels. First time we've really seen her pull the string like that, and she dropped it in. That's the pitch that sometimes can take a while to find your rhythm with, so to see that fall in for a strike, that's a good sign.
Yeah, Coach Coltis was telling me before the game that she's throwing a little bit of a different fastball, just her grip on the ball, and it's been working for her. It worked just on Tuesday, and now again here today. This one runs foul. Crimson track it down.
She tried to pin that one against the fence. I think if she had hauled it in cleanly, she would have tried to bluff as if she'd caught it on the fly. Take another look here.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Got to have courage to go up against that fence, and she almost snared it.
2-2 the count. Bella Daniels. Another hit here for Losi. This one foul. Crimson bring it down. We'll head to the top of the second. Again, another great defensive effort here by the Crimson. But we will be back here for the second inning in just a little while. But don't want to miss anything here on North Metro TV.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working.
I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
And we are back here for this championship softball. Bunted, trying to make it to first, and she does. Maple Grove, base hit, Jenna Grunig.
And that's going to go down as a Centennial error. Rinkin with that quick toss over the head. You know, that play takes a lot of coordination to pull off defensively, but I think they were in the right spots. It was just a little bit of a mind trick there. Sometimes the easiest throws are the toughest throws, and Maple Grove reaches.
Yeah, you don't want to have any errors, especially in a championship game, but Coach Thomas was saying that his ladies, you know that there's going to be errors. So how do you respond? And he's talked to his team about that, and so I would assume we're going to see the Cougars respond here in this inning. Another hit here for the Crimson. And a great defensive effort here by the Cougars. 2 outs here on the board. Fantastic effort here.
You wondered how they'd respond? That's how they'll respond to double play. 4-6-3, great pick at first base. Didn't have a chance to introduce Casper, and she hit it pretty well too, but right at the second baseman. What an effort by Centennial. It's hard to turn a double play with these 60-foot base paths.
Definitely. This is Danny Strom up to bat here for the Crimson. But Craig still getting it done here in the circle. She's allowed some hits, but defensively her team is right there with her to help her out. The count 0-2.
This is where we get to see the depth of the Maple Grove lineup, see how the bottom third of their order can fare against a pitcher with an under 1 ERA.
1-2. Again, Danny Strom, just a freshman, stepping up to the plate in a championship game. Pops this one up. It's gonna fly into the fans. Hopefully everyone was ready for that one. It's early, so hopefully they weren't sleeping.
Yeah, head on a swivel. I'm not sure that Craig has had a 2-ball count yet. She's been working ahead of pretty much every hitter, and Maple Grove's been quick to swing early in the count.
And another quick inning here for the Cougars. Gonna head to the bottom of the second. Again, knotted up at 0. We'll be back here for the 3rd inning on North Metro TV.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Back here for the 3rd inning. Centennial is gonna be up to bat trying to get that first run on the board. The Cougars have a lot of ladies who can hit the ball. We've seen that this season. This one popped up. Ella Fiddler is out here for the Cougars.
That's 3 consecutive pop-ups, Blythe. Pop-up to short, couple pop-ups to first. So that tells me that Daniel's fastball has a little bit of elevation to it, a little bit of rise. They're getting under it. And so far, very weak contact.
Great observation, Sam. Yeah, definitely. Cougars are going to need to adjust, knowing that. It'll be interesting as we get further into this one if they're able to find that sweet spot. Bella Daniels, a senior here for the Crimson, wanting to make it count, and she has here these last few games shown some great effort by her, helping the defensive side of things. That count 1-2. And that leadership, though, as a senior, you see from her, and that was something the Crimson were talking about last game, the coaching staff wanting to make sure that we knew that they were all working together. A hit here for the Cougars. This one's going long to outfield, but the Crimson make the defensive play. That's Alyssa Wernz bringing it down for the Crimson. That one looked like it was almost out of here, but the Crimson had thoughts on otherwise?
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it might be gone. Maddie Ringen has home run power, and Werns tracking it perfectly. A little bump into the wall. She had excellent awareness of her surroundings, knew where the warning track was, made the play. 5 up, 5 down for the senior Bella Daniels.
This is Helene Craig. We see her do tremendous work in the circle, but also a force when she gets up to bat. And right away, hits this one, and it's gone. A home run for Helene Craig. You know, sometimes you have the broadcasting curse, but sometimes you also have the broadcasting glory, and this one helping Helene Craig make it around the bases.
Craig homered in their first meeting this year. She homers again. Not only one of the top pitchers, Blythe, one of the top hitters in this area. Opposite field, getting just a little bit more distance than Ringen did. That one cleared the wall by only a couple feet. Line drive home run.
But as you talked about, we haven't seen too many of those balls hit just right to make that play even possible. Because you think about how many times we've popped it up here today. Helene Craig figured it out here in the third.
Their first hit of the game. And think about how big that hit is for Craig personally. She knows that when she's on the mound, one run might be all you need. Why not do it yourself?
Exactly, helping her out in that regard. But that was something Coach Thomas for the Centennial Cougars was telling me. He wanted to make sure that they tried to get the confidence of Bella Daniels down. They knew they grew her confidence in the last game as they sat 0-0 throughout the majority, but if they can start to get some hits early, they know they'll be in a good spot. Alexa Just, the junior, up to bat for the Cougars. She's had 5 RBIs this season, and of course, being a junior, she'll get to come back and have an impact next year as well.
And as a junior, she's actually one of the younger contributors on this Cougars team that is laden with 8 seniors and a ton of leadership, and she's cracked the lineup as an 11th grader.
Count 2-2. Alexa just trying to get something on that one.
Just got a piece there. That's a good at bat, though, to make contact on a pitch out of the zone, and she gets another chance.
2-2, we get this pop up here, and the Crimson pull it in for the third out here of the inning. To the bottom of the third we go, but this time the Cougars up 1-0.
We in Spring Lake Park believe in building a strong and safe community. Our city moves onward and upward while holding on to our traditions and roots. We maintain a small town feel even though we are nestled next to the big city. We believe in being good neighbors and building community with safe neighborhoods. And we believe in citizenry and promote being active both physically and socially. We in Spring Lake Park love to play and believe in having an abundance of parks, playgrounds, and green space so that everyone can take a moment to enjoy the natural beauty that surrounds us.
Sam Ekstrom taking over here at Centennial High School for the next couple of innings. Top 3 And the number 1 seed Centennial on top 1-0 on the 8 of 1 hit. A home run by the pitcher Helene Craig, who has allowed 1 hit herself. Centennial also committed an error in the field, but immediately turned a double play on the next pitch as Craig pitches to Bianca Nelson, the number 8 hitter and designated player.
And as you noted, Craig helping herself out, getting that run on the board, now can release some of those nerves of this game.
There's a 2-1 count. One of the first times that Craig has worked behind in a count in this game.
And we know that 1 run can do it all possibly after just having the last matchup. Having to go to 9 innings to get it, but
3-1. Nelson trying to work a leadoff walk here in the 3rd. Alyssa Werns on deck, and then they'll turn the lineup over to Elizabeth Berry. Centennial was the conference champion in the Northwest Suburban this year, 13-0, a perfect mark. Their only loss, a non-conference tilt against Delano. Maple Grove took 3rd in the Northwest Suburban with Elk River sandwiched in between. Swing and a miss, and Nelson goes down. Craig works her way back into the count and strikes her out. Strikeout number 2 for the Centennial pitcher. Last 2 batters have struck out at the hand of Craig. The flame-throwing right-handed pitcher who wheels and fires to Werns. Another swing and a miss, and she seems to be ramping up that fastball.
yeah, her time off here, having a week off, did wonders for her pitch, bringing it back.
Wild high that time, 1-1.
I thought maybe that this earlier game might take some time for them to adjust, but of course Centennial still able to get that hit in the bottom of the 2nd. Looks different than last time.
Nudged foul, 1-2. Craig's stats are mind-boggling. She's got a 500-plus batting average, now 3 home runs, 9-0 record, .79 ERA coming into play. She's got 70 more strikeouts than she does walks. Another strikeout, drop 3rd strike, and the throw to first is in time. 3 straight strikeouts for Helene Craig.
Putting them in a good spot again, already having 2 outs on the board.
Defensively, Centennial from left to right. Fiddler at 3rd, just as short. Thomas at 2nd, Ringen at 1st. And there's a pitch low from Craig, 1-0, facing Elizabeth Berry, who grounded out to 2nd to start the game. Line drive under the glove of Ella Fiddler. Solid base hit for Elizabeth Berry. A 2-out knock keeps the inning alive for the Crimson.
And that's what the Crimson have to do. If they're trying to get in this game, they have to get those hits. They have to at least get to first base here and have their teammates help them around.
Might have been their best contact of the day, and that's the first batter the 2nd time through the lineup. We'll see if Maple Grove learned anything with that first trip through their starting 9. Strike 1 to Sydney Hockett, their hottest hitter. Hockett, a St. Thomas commit, hitting over 400. A senior with a home run on the year. To 3rd. Corkscrews toward the shortstop, and a good play by Fiddler, dropped at 1st. And the inning continues.
Again, again, Maple Grove doing what they need to do, just getting those singles, getting to base, moving around. They're not sitting in a great position, of course, having 2 outs already on the board, but they can still get it done if Centennial has some of these errors that we've seen today.
2-out rally for Maple Grove on another error by the first baseman, and that'll bring up Dorothy Dewick. 2 out, 2 on. Big spot for Maple Grove, now conferencing near the third base bag with their 2 base runners. The hitter, Dewick. Barry, the lead runner at second, and Hockett now standing at first. That was an odd ground ball to Blythe. It started toward the third baseman and then sort of kicked away, but it was a good play by Fiddler to recover, and I thought the throw was on target.
And sometimes when you think about it, the championship, you're going to have those added nerves, maybe thinking too much instead of just doing what you've done all season to get that out. To see it here again.
Yeah. Would have been in time.
Ugh. But again, Centennial has that 1 run. They're sitting up. They don't need to panic at this point. They just need to play the defense that they have throughout many of their games this year.
Dewick, a senior with 7 RBIs. Hitting better than 300. Craig to the plate. 1-0. And the pitch. Craig evens the count with a fastball. Dewick singled in her first at bat between the second baseman and the second base bag. 1 of 2 hits on the morning for Maple Grove. Fouled back, 1-2.
And Dorothy Dewick is a switch hitter, so we have seen her go left as well, and might see that here today at some point.
In the right-handed batter's box here against Craig. Just missing, 2-2. Good plate discipline there by Dewick, and the count is even. She stays alive, still 2-2. Maple Grove didn't score in 9 innings against Centennial last time, trying to break through against this stingy Cougars defense. Another close pitch to fill the count with 2 outs in the inning. Feels like kind of a turning point in the game right now, Blythe. This is a big moment.
Definitely, and Dorothy Dewick has had 7 RBIs this season, so we know that it's possible she can get this done even with her back against the wall here.
3-2. Line drive, left field, down for a hit. Runner coming home. Barry scores to tie it.
Credit to the Crimson, staying engaged, making sure that they get this run back early, and they didn't waste too much time.
What an at-bat, and a great piece of hitting, dropping it in front of Hopkins in left field. Strong throw home, just a bit late. Runners moving up a bag. Still first and second with Daniels the hitter. So Dewick's 8th RBI of the year. ties the game at 1. Crimson were swinging early in the count in the first couple innings, Blythe. Seems like they've been a little more patient here in the third, and it's paying off.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need to do. When you try to be more aggressive, it really doesn't help you a whole ton. And when you are relaxed and you're just making sure that you're swinging at the right ones, you're hitting those quality hits, and we've seen Maple Grove have the payoff here just a few moments ago.
2-1. Three and one. And by the way, this is an unearned run at the moment to Craig because of that error, which extended the inning. And Maple Grove takes advantage. And a chance to load the bases here with a walk. Daniels ahead in the count at 3-1. Fisted back to the pitcher, caught by Craig to end the frame. 1-1, the new score, all tied up through 2.5. We head to the bottom of 3 on North Metro TV. One score in the section championship. Class 4A, Section 5, Maple Grove and Centennial. Bella Daniels seeing her team draw even in the top of the third. Now trying to put a 0 on the board in the bottom of the third. She'll face A.D. Thomas, Emma Hopkins, and Sid Chiappetta, 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Cougars. I sensed sort of an energy boost in this dugout next to us here. Blythe. Maple Grove is feeling a little better about themselves.
Yes, absolutely. And that was something that Coach Coltus was telling me before the game, is they needed to play loose, even if they go down. That doesn't matter. It's a section finals. They aren't expected to win. And so the only thing is that they want to come in and play the best that they can and play relaxed.
Foul to start the inning from A.D. Thomas, daughter of Rick Thomas, the head coach, batting .250 on the year and a sophomore. Daniels has allowed 1 hit, a home run, does not have a strikeout, hits softly to the shortstop. To her left, Elizabeth Berry makes the catch, 1 away. See it again. Great reaction to that line drive.
Again, just like all season, the defense showing up here for the Crimson in the championship.
A strike from Daniels to Emma Hopkins, the left fielder, batting right-handed. A .281 average coming in, 4 RBIs for the senior. 1-1.
Coach Thomas was telling me he feels for the seniors, of course, having last year's season taken away, this year's being a little bit shortened. Having to adjust to those things, but as you noted, quite a few seniors on his team, so I'm sure he feels it just that much more for these ladies.
Here's the 2-1. Line drive, right field, charging, diving, unable to make the play, Alyssa Werns. And a single for Emma Hopkins. A diving effort in and out of Werns' glove.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You have to at least appreciate this effort here by the Crimson. Putting it all out there.
Just dislodged. I think she was trying to use her right hand to keep it off the grass. And it was close enough that Jim Coltis, checking with the umpire, to no avail. 1 on, 1 out. The second Centennial hit. To your point, Blythe, though, about last year being taken away, you know, the last season that occurred in 2019, the roles were reversed. Maple Grove was the top team, as this is hit by Chiapetta to the shortstop, Barry again, and nearly had a chance to double off Hopkins, but she hustles and dives back into the bag. But again, at that time, Centennial was the third place team in the conference. They were sort of the challenger, and Maple Grove got out of that section. They won the state tournament. They're still the defending champions, but now the roles are reversed. Centennial's the top team. Maple Grove is trying to pull the upset here. Bryn Ruberg is the hitter. Two sensational plays by Barry in this inning, moving to her left and moving to her right. And now a two-hopper to Dueck at third, and the inning is over. One hit, no runs on the board. We head to the fourth in a 1-1 tie on North Metro TV.
Oh, hey, Julia. You ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Fourth inning, 1-1. Section championship. Winner heads to state in Mankato June 15th and 16th. One team in Class 4A has already punched their ticket. That's Hopkins in Section 6. Majority of the section title games occurring today. We'll see if we can keep an eye on some of those finals as they come in. Not all the games are being played in the morning, some tonight. This one moved up to 11 a.m. to accommodate for the extreme heat that has hit the Twin Cities and the Midwest in these past several days.
And of course, we think about that potential of these two teams matching up. If Maple Grove did get the win in this one, we said that there would be that second game right after. And of course, that would be pretty tough with a later game.
Expected to get very close to 100 degrees today.
Woo.
So a second game after an intense first game might be a war of attrition. Who's still standing at the end of it? There's a bunt attempt and a foul, 0-2. Batter is Jenna Grunig, the number 5 hitter, followed by Casper and Strom. In the fourth against Craig, who allowed an unearned run in the third.
we mentioned during break, there's no clouds in the sky, so there's no way to get out of it if you're out in the outfield.
We're not going to have one of those pop-up thunderstorms like we had last night in some areas of the city. Pop up to the catcher. And a play made by Ruberg. Gruning is out, and that'll bring up Casper.
You never know. I know not to do that now. I was calling a lacrosse game a few games ago, and I said it turned out to be a nice evening, and within like 30 seconds it downpoured and rained away. And
That's the announcer's jinx of play right there.
So, yeah.
Blythe.
So hopefully that didn't just happen. Pop up.
We have a lot of power here in the booth. Top of the fourth, and the pitch. Early swing fouled off. Caitlin Casper hit into a double play in her first at bat. Casper, a junior, hitting around 250 with a home run this year. Because Centennial got a bye in the first round of the section playoffs, they haven't really had to tax their pitching staff too much. Only played 2 games. Craig has pitched 13 total innings, including 9 against Maple Grove. Their backup pitcher is Maisie Dockendorf, who pitched 3 innings in their win against Champlain Park in their first game.
Yeah, Coach Thomas telling me that obviously he wants to keep her in as long as she's possibly able to keep going, and he said only if things change drastically, if Maple Grove was able to get a ton of hits and they needed to switch things up, or of course if she was feeling like she couldn't push through and finish this one off.
And again, that second game comes into play. How taxing is it for these pitchers? There's a fly ball, right center field, caught by Losi for the second out.
Losi doing a great job tracking that one down again. The sun high in the sky, so I'm sure trying to look up might be quite blinding.
Yeah, the sun is in the outfielder's eyes. It's good for the batters looking into the horizon, but there's the play by Losi, covering ground. Danny Strom with 2 outs shows bunt and took one apparently in the wrist, I think.
Taking one for the team.
She leaned over the plate for the bunt, and I imagine Craig is thinking, well, because she leaned, I wonder if that was just going to be over the plate. I don't know if we have the replay. There we go. Now, that is an inside pitch. Left hand.
Right in the knuckles.
Yeah. That does not feel good.
Sure, it cracked all of them at the same time.
So Strom, or potentially a pinch runner here if she can't stay in, will take first. First hit by pitch.
Well, it just also, I mean, we think about how fast Craig is bringing these balls in there, and so, of course, very tough for her to kind of deal with that. I'm glad somebody's out there helping her out.
Hopefully she can stay in the game. This is the upper bracket in Section 5, Class 4A. Maple Grove and Centennial both receiving byes. Maple Grove had to go down below to play their way back into the upper bracket, and you see there, shutting out a Champlain Park team that had just shellacked Spring Lake Park 17-1 the game prior. So they played 3 games. Centennial's played 2 games. And Strom is going to hang in there at first base. That left wrist giving her some trouble. And that's the glove hand for Strom in left field. Does Maple Grove have another 2-out rally in store? Bianca Nelson began the 3rd inning with a strikeout. All back 0-1.
Crimson trying to use it to their advantage, having a runner on base. Senior having 5 RBIs this season.
Craig works ahead at 0-2. Nelson, a .353 hitter. Strikeout number 4 for Helene Craig to end the top of the 4th. Maple Grove gets one base runner, does not score. On to the bottom half. A 1-1 tie in the section championship on North Metro TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those 2 girls in 8th grade.
Oh yeah?
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Bottom of the 4th, game moving quickly. Centennial sending a dangerous part of their lineup. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. Abby Losi, Ella Fiddler, and Maddie Ringen to face Bella Daniels, the senior, in a 1-1 tie. And of course, if one hitter gets aboard, they'll have to face Helene Craig, who homered in her last at bat. Losi popped out to first base in her first effort back in the first inning.
But at least for her confidence, she knows she was able to get a piece of it. So now how can you use that to your advantage?
Ball 1. Daniels does not have a strikeout in the game. So Centennial's done a good job of putting it in play. We saw some better hit balls the second time, or late in the first time through the order, I should say. And now we're working on their second time through the lineup. One and one.
So I know you said you played baseball. What position were you in baseball?
I was middle infield. So I started out as a shortstop, and then when the second baseman graduated above me, I moved over to second base. And that was in the baseball mecca of southeastern South Dakota, where the fields were not this well kept. Some teams, I think, played their football games in the outfield.
Yeah. The buffalo goes roaming through.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah, tumbleweeds. That's flown foul into a driveway behind us, 1 and 2.
Yeah, last time it hit the front door, so at least it didn't go that far.
They've got a collection going at that residence. 1 and 2, nobody out. Off speed, strike 3. There's strikeout number 1 for Daniels.
Yeah, you brought it up, so she had to make it happen. She hadn't had one yet.
A little bender just hits that outside corner of the plate. Now Ella Fiddler, who popped out to the first baseman, 0 for 1. Popped up again. Barry settles and secures. 2 away.
Didn't have to move a whole lot, but again, that sun being directly high in the sky could still possibly cause someone to misjudge that one coming in. But the Crimson put themselves in a good spot now here, already having 2 outs as they continue on.
And we remind you again, Craig is in the on-deck circle. She homered in her last at-bat. So it's of the utmost importance for Daniels to record this out. Maddie Ringen at the plate, flew out to Werns in her first at-bat.
The Helen Craig radar. Just doo-doo-doo. Where is she? Hurry, get the out.
She's looming large in the on-deck circle. 1-0. 1-1. Ringen nearly homered in her first at bat. Werns had to backtrack and slam into the fence. Just missed. Just 2 hits for Centennial against Daniels. 0 Maple Grove errors. Just 1 mistake made on that pitch to Craig. Three and 1. No walks yet either for Daniels. And there's ball 4. And Craig will get a chance to bat.
And now having a runner on base gives her an opportunity to not just get herself further through the bases, but also her teammate. Could bode well here for Centennial.
Daniels is going to approach this at bat very carefully. She might prefer facing Just with 2 runners on than Craig with 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. I'm not expecting her to give Craig anything good to hit. But I've been wrong before. She does, and it's a foul ball. Spun down the left field line, foul by a foot. Craig had 5 RBIs when these teams met on May 3rd. Here's that line drive. Daniels deals. Down low, 2-1. Ringen at first base, 2 out.
And you see the concentration here from both of these ladies.
Fouled off, 2-2. You can feel the weight of this at bat. The 2 pitchers facing off. One of them in the circle, one of them in the box. Ball 3 and a toss back to first, not in time. Full count.
But I like that Maple Grove did that, making sure, keeping her honest. Even if they weren't able to record the out, it still is going to play an impact here in what Centennial will do off of first.
Jim Coltis calling out instructions from the dugout. The 3-2 pitch. Fly to left, hit well. Hopkins retreats and catches near the warning track. And the inning is over. Craig gives him a scare with a long fly, but is retired. 1-1 heading to the 5th on North Metro TV.
Wash, washy, wash, washy, wash, wash your hands. Scrub them while you sing the song. Wash, washy, wash, washy, wash, wash. Rub your hands and fingers in the places in between. Using soap and water makes your hands so clean. Wash your hands. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now dry.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Flying along into the top of the 5th inning in a tie game. We're 1 hour in. And Helene Craig dueling with Bella Daniels, a spot in the state tournament on the line. Alyssa Werns will lead it off in the top of the 5th, followed by Barry and Hockett. So this is a good chance for the Crimson with some of their top hitters due up. Just 5 hits combined in this game. 4 strikeouts for Craig, including one of Werns. Back in the 3rd inning, Werns steps in.
As we head towards these last few innings, we got to make sure that Centennial looks to not have as many errors. Sure, they haven't had a whole ton, but they certainly have had a few here.
Yeah, one of them they overcame, and one of them came back to bite them as Maple Grove strung together a 2-out hit and tied it up at 1. Looked like Centennial was anticipating bunt, but it was not shown. A couple fouls makes it 0-2. Werns batting around 200, 5 RBIs for the freshman. Bunted down the first baseline, tough play, thrown into right field. And there's the error that you spoke of, Blythe, that couldn't afford to happen.
Maybe I should have not put that one out there if you're a Cougar fan, but definitely still have some innings, still have this inning in particular to make that up. Like you said last time, they responded quite well. Coach Thomas was saying, again, it's just you're going to have mistakes, but it's how you rebound from those mistakes that's going to count.
That's been a tricky play right along that first baseline. Second error of that exact nature. This one's on Craig, and there is bunt shown, taken for a strike. So Werns is aboard. And now Barry and Hockett and Dueck, their top 3 hitters. Craig's pitch, bunted in front of the plate. They will get the out at first and advance the runner.
Sam, did you ever play in this kind of heat?
I feel like I played more often in the spring cold of South Dakota. I recall a lot of April games where I was extremely cold. I don't remember as many like this. I'm sure there were some, but the ones where I was most miserable was the cold.
There were ones that you remember that stuck with you.
1 out, runner on second, swing and a miss by Hockett. A base hit could give Maple Grove the lead. And Craig works ahead in the count. Go ahead run on second base. That's Alyssa Werns. Strike three looking. And Hockett goes down. That's just a gigantic strikeout for Craig. Two away.
Just think about the impact that she has on this team. Again, getting to come back next year, so it's not like this is her last season she'll have with the Cougars. So expecting big things for next year as well.
Dewick, who drove in their lone run back in the third, has hits in both of her at-bats. She's 2 for 2. 1-1 the count. Singled to the opposite way in her first at-bat and pulled one to left in the third.
I have to mention this breeze that came out of nowhere. I feel like there hasn't really been a breeze, at least too big of a breeze. More so that it feels nice, not that it's going to affect anything.
Well, you never know. It could swirl the winds on a fly ball as well. It's a 2-1 count. And a strike in to even it up. I think that breeze might be moving in from the outfield in the face of the hitter. Craig has 5 strikeouts, looking for number 6. Foul tipped, and Dewick stays alive. Two and two. Line drive off the pitcher's glove, deflects to second, safe at first.
It's tough. You almost think if she would have let it go by, because of course if she's not going to catch it, if it went by, possibly could have got that out at first. But you never know that when you're trying to make that catch.
So Dewick is 3 for 3. An infield hit advances Werns to third. Bella Daniels now to the plate. And we've got a reversal of what we had in the bottom of the fourth. The pitchers again facing each other in a gigantic spot. I love the parallelism that we keep seeing here, Blythe.
I do too.
This is a poetic sport, and now we've got a mound meeting with Rick Thomas. This is always a situation where the runner on first will usually try to go. He'll try to coax a throw down to second base. So he'll put the defensive alignment on. Thomas has been coaching in the youth ranks for over 2 decades. He's led Centennial to 1 state tournament in 2018.
It's always great to think about the coaches that are sticking around the program, helping build it for numerous years. It helps build the chemistry between the teams.
Throw back to third, safe. Dangerous base running as Werns ambles back into third, nearly picked off. And upon replay, that is really close. The pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0. Daniels 0 for 2. Checked, and the runner did advance to second base. And the count is 2-0. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Maple Grove takes the lead, trying for more, and they miss the tag. 3-1 Crimson.
What a play for Maple Grove. Again, sticking with it, making sure that, yes, that ball is going home, but you're not out until you're tagged, and making the...
We had a great view on it there. I think the correct call was made. The runner just veering off the base path there on the inside. And what a play by Dorothy Dewick.
Huge play for Maple Grove, of course, puts them in great positioning. We know that last time they matched up, it was just that 1-run separation and just 1 run in general. But now today, 4 total on the board, but Maple Grove holding 3 of them.
Another run-scoring hit with 2 outs. Again, the error bites Centennial. 2 RBIs for Daniels. Grunig, the hitter, 0 for 1 and reached on an error. Five Maple Grove hits, 3 runs.
And what most people would think if they were just tuning into this game and never have seen Maple Grove throughout the season, they'd think, oh, it's because it's a championship game that they're all wild and riled up for this one. But this is how they've been all season. They're definitely a team that wants to rally and help each other, cheering them on throughout the way.
Yeah, there's a stark difference in energy right now between Maple Grove and Centennial dugouts.
Funny thing, Coach Thomas was saying that his team seems to do better.
1 hopper to short, and the play across. Nicely done by the shortstop just, but 2 runs for Maple Grove. We've completed 4.5, and the underdog Crimson are on top on North Metro TV.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
This is how we got to where we are. It's 3-1 Maple Grove. It was Centennial, though, that scored first on this home run by Helene Craig, the pitcher, to make it 1-0 in the second inning. Maple Grove responded immediately. In the top half of the third, they tagged Craig for this 2-out hit by Dorothy Dewick, knotting it up at 1 on a close play at home with Barry sliding in. It remained 1-1 until the top half of the 5th. right there, we just saw it. Bella Daniels, the 2 RBI single, and a close play at home to get the third run across. A missed tag. Crimson 3, Cougars 1. Well, Blythe, we'll get to see how Centennial responds now, playing from behind, something they are not used to.
Yes, definitely. And I would say what I was going to finish saying, something I said last part of the inning, but Coach Thomas was saying that his team, they aren't a team that necessarily plays better when they're riled up and they have that amped up energy. They seem to play well when they're relaxed, they're calm, they come into it and they do what they do best. And we see the difference, of course, like we were saying with Maple Grove, and their energy, they need it, and they play well with that.
And now Centennial's backs against the wall. Bottom of the 5th. Centennial is 20-1. They lost to Delano during the regular season. Maple Grove 16-6. A pair of losses against Centennial. Just, Thomas, and Hopkins the hitters. Just 0 for 1, popped out to the second baseman in the second. Daniels delivers. Up high. One strikeout, 1 walk, 2 hits from Daniels. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. Daniels to Just. Flown to right center. Easy play for Sydney Hockett, 1 away.
We talked about Craig helping herself when she got that home run, putting that up, and of course, Bella Daniels also stepping up to bat and helping herself as she heads back onto the defensive side.
A.D. Thomas lined out to short in her first at bat. Bella Daniels, over 100 strikeouts on the year, 1.89 ERA. She's allowed 1 in this game. Straight up in the air and foul. Still time for Centennial in this game. They average 6.5 runs per game. But they have not posed any threats with multiple base runners in the game. A swing and a miss. 2 strikes on Thomas.
Coach's daughter, just a sophomore, and having an impact already on this program.
Off the end of the bat to third. Dewick across, play made, 2 out. And Hopkins will try to keep the inning alive. Maple Grove trying to extend this championship to a second game. Double elimination format.
I was going to ask you what you thought that does to your mindset coming into this one. Maple Grove back against the wall, they have to win to move on, to continue this, to try to move on. And Centennial, they still could win it even in that second game.
Right. It feels like the advantage goes to Maple Grove in that second game. They'll have the momentum at that point. They've put a little seed of doubt in Centennial's mind. And the way that Daniels is pitching, too. She has been just as locked in, if not more than Craig. And I assume both would be back on the mound in game 2. 1-1. Another foul.
Glad the bikes went quickly through before that one popped over them.
They've been peppering the road behind us. Hopkins is 1 for 1, singled in the 3rd. 1-2. Skipped off the plate, 2-2. Daniels to Hopkins. Got her. Strike 3 looking. Her second strikeout of the afternoon. And we move on to the 6th. Maple Grove 2 innings away from advancing to another game. Blythe Whaley will take you home after this.
North Metro TV News is your source for local stories. Highlighting the issues in your community, we bring you the news that's closer to home. Join us as we explore the stories all around us, every day at 2:30, 6:30, and 10:30.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
Back here on Championship Thursday for softball against this Crimson and Cougar team. Cougar is now trailing to the Crimson. Crimson scored a couple of runs not too long ago, but making the Cougars on their heels, trying to get some runs back. Sam, you mentioned that they hadn't trailed a whole lot. They don't know that feeling, and having to overcome that here in a championship game can be tough.
Yeah, I should mention, though, that having said that they don't trail a lot, they were behind in that first playoff game against Champlain Park 2-1. We've got a ground ball to second here. They were down 2-1 in that game and then scored 4 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and beat Champlain Park by 5. So they have, you know, come back from a late deficit in these playoffs.
And I'm glad you also noted, too, that it was 2 runs that they came back from. So they still are sitting in that threshold that they could feel comfortable still sitting here knowing, hey, we still got some time to get these back before the end of this.
Yeah, still 6 outs remaining for Centennial. And we know they can swing the bat, so I think for them it's just a matter of getting runners on base. They just haven't had many in the game.
Faith Cry for the Crimson. Coming at it from the left side, see what that does for Craig.
Pinch hitting for Strom in this case. Strom, remember, was hit by a pitch earlier.
Two and 0. Craig last game worked against Dorothy Dueck, who was coming at it from the left side, did just fine. Now 2-1, Craig. Working on Craig. I like that I've never seen Craig seem anxious when she's out there. Very comfortable in her position. And as she should be with stats like she has.
I don't know if it's more comforting or less comforting for Craig that all 3 of the runs she's allowed are unearned because of errors. And I guess she can take some solace in, well, it hasn't necessarily been on me.
Yes.
Although one of the errors she committed herself.
Three and two, Craigie trying to add to this lead that the Crimson have grown in the middle of this game. But Craig gets it done in the circle. Take a look at this one again, Craig.
That pitch just diving out of the zone, and a good pitch by Craig, knowing that Cry coming at it with a little bit of a slap hit mentality, leaning out of the box. She hits her with an outside diver, and just a great piece of pitching.
Bianca Nelson did strike out already earlier today. Credit to Craig.
Yeah, Craig only had 4 strikeouts in the 9-inning win against Maple Grove, has 6 already today.
Again, and that stat alone, just building the confidence of Craig, knowing that she's able to get it done. Three and one. We sit Nelson. Another senior here for the Crimson. 5 RBIs this season. She gets a hit out here to the Centennial outfielder, Losia, out there able to scoop it up, but still getting to first base is Nelson, and that's again what the Crimson need to do if they're going to win this game, is to continue to get these hits, get on base, and work their way around.
Maple Grove continues to be an outstanding 2-out hitting team, as we have Leah Eiley pinch running here at first, but all 3 of their runs have been produced with 2 outs. Their rally in the 3rd was almost exclusively with 2 outs, as was their rally in the 5th. So they are far from done with this inning now, with Werns the hitter, and then they'll get the top of the order up.
Leah Eiley, like you mentioned, out there running, a junior on this Crimson squad. But this is Alyssa Wirtz up to bat here for the Crimson. Five RBIs coming into today, and a freshman, again, standing tall. It's always nice to have that impact as a freshman. You just can only build on it here for the years to come.
Yeah, Werns had a tremendous at-bat in the 5th, made the bold decision to bunt with 2 strikes, and then forced Craig to throw it over the first baseman's head for an error, and then Werns came around to score the go-ahead run.
Four balls sends the Crimson to now have second and first.
And it feels like Craig might be a little bit rattled right now. That she had a 3-ball count in the previous at bat. Nelson got a hit. 3-ball count in the cry at bat ended up striking her out, but that's 3 balls to each of the last 3 hitters. And they've got a mound meeting here. We'll see if Craig stays in the game.
Glad he brought her some water, I'm sure. Needed also on a day like today.
And she's got to face Elizabeth Berry coming up next year. Berry 1 for 2 with the sacrifice, their leadoff hitter. So the test will be difficult here with 2 outs and 2 on.
And she's had a home run this season, so it's in her to also possibly fly one out far for the Crimson. But Craig shaking it off, got some water. But runners first and second here for the maroon and gold.
Eight doubles this year for Berry as well, so Centennial has to watch those gaps in the outfield.
Great point. You want to make sure you're in that position. Have that defensive play if need be. But Biz Berry, another lady who will be coming back for these teams to grace their presence again next year. This one caught here by Chiapetta, getting the out and sending us to the bottom here of the 6th. Still up 3-1. Maple Grove lead the way here on North Metro TV.
Share new perspectives with North Metro TV. Capture breathtaking cinematic images. Business exteriors, scenic landscapes, sporting events, or community images. With a professional videographer at the controls, North Metro TV will tailor a package for your budget. For high-quality photo and video aerials, contact North Metro TV. North Metro TV News is your source for local stories. Highlighting the issues in your community, we bring you the news that's closer to home. Join us as we explore the stories all around us, every day at 2:30, 6:30, and 10:30.
We are back for this championship game. Again, the Cougars trying to come back, down a couple of runs to this Crimson team. Sam Ekstrom alongside me. I'm Blythe Whaley, and this one is getting late here in the championship. So if the Cougars are going to make a comeback, they're going to have to do it here in the next couple innings.
Yeah, this is where you start to grip the bats a little bit more tightly. You got 6 outs left to make something of this game.
And bingo, this does happen. The contact here, Sid Chiapetta getting to first base for the Cougars. Right on time. Again, making sure that they start this inning running, and Chiapetta does so with grace.
Just their third hit, and that's the first time, Blythe, that they've had the leadoff runner on in the game. This is something that Daniels hasn't had to deal with yet. A little bit of trouble with nobody out, and they've got some dangerous hitters coming up.
Bryn Ruberg, the junior for the Cougars, up to bat next. Knowing she has Chiappetta, she flies this one to center field, but the Crimson scoop it up. That is Sid Hockett getting the out.
I'm impressed with the center fielder Hockett on the read, and I'm also impressed with the base runner Chiappetta, who you see here quickly turned back toward first. I think a lot of runners would have been tempted to hedge a little bit more, move toward second base, and she hustled back to first, knowing that was probably going to be caught, and avoided the double play.
Tremendous decision making here for the Cougars, not getting 2 outs, just the one. Still in good positioning to make it happen in this inning. But Chiappetta is marked safe at second. Again, you talk about her decision making. You see her making a play here.
What I see Centennial doing here is they're not necessarily playing to get both runs here. They want at least one, though. They want to make sure that lead runner gets across, and if they go to the 7th down by a run, they'll take that. Obviously, they prefer, though, the one big hit.
Losi up to bat here against Bella Daniels. Losi 3 home runs coming in today, 17 RBIs as well.
0 for 2 on this day, struck out back in the 4th.
Something to note too, Chiappetta had 5 stolen bases coming into today's game as well. At the count, 1-2. Losi trying to help out Chiappetta on second. Bella Daniels gets it done. 3 strikes, you're out, and a much needed out if you're the Crimson trying to keep your lead. Let's see that one again, Bella Daniels. Bam!
High fastball, great pitch. 3rd strikeout of the day. And now Jim Coltis gets his pitcher a water break. It's getting hotter out here too, Blythe. Temperature
feel it.
Hitting 93 and scheduled to go up to 99.
Ooh. We should have brought our breakfast food, had a team breakfast before.
We should
fry
have had
some eggs on the road.
I'm a little disappointed in North Metro. We should have had like a brunch, a team brunch before this started. French toast.
Using the tar, could have heated up our eggs, bacon.
Yeah.
The whole works. It was.
We would not have needed a griddle. Plenty of surfaces would have worked. Just kidding, North Metro. We love you.
Ella Fiddler up to bat for the Cougars again. Trying to help out her teammate on second. Chiappetta wanting to make her way to third, if not home. But Ella Fiddler is a senior as well on this team. Had a couple of home runs this season, 19 RBIs. Can feel the pressure building. If you're the Cougars, you know you need to make that run here soon, and Of course, now already having 2 outs on the count.
See if she comes back with the off speed. She just got strike 2 with the off speed. I'm guessing she goes fastball outside. Went fastball, left it up high, but that's still a good pitch. Had something to work with. 2-2 now. I think this is her strikeout pitch right here. We'll see what she comes with.
Swine heads to the neighbors again. But both of these ladies seniors, so they equally want it just as badly today. Keep their season alive. And Bella Daniels does it for the Crimson, getting the 3rd out and not allowing the Cougars to get any runs. We'll come back here for more action in this championship game. The Crimson lead this one still 3-1.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything, everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
And we are back here as this one gets down to it. Centennial trailing by 2, but Maple Grove has the ability to grow their lead. Just up by 2 runs. And we know the Cougars are able to get runs aplenty when they get going, so it's possible for them to tie this one back up.
And for that reason, Blythe, that's why it's so important for Maple Grove to add on if they can. And they got a good part of the order to do it. Hockett leading off, one of their best hitters.
Sitting in the bottom of the 6th, the count 0-1. Cougars need to make sure that they tighten up on some of these errors we've seen today, knowing that the later you have some of those, the harder they are to come back from.
That's the story of the game, I think. It's the errors. It's the type of game where you probably aren't going to see many runs scored. You're not going to see many base runners. And when one team gives 3 free base runners and one team gives none, the team that gives none is probably going to win, and they are right now.
Another hit here for Maple Grove, but the Cougars handle it with ease. Chiapetta makes the diving catch.
And what a play out there in right field. That's just great stuff. All out. Chiapetta web gem.
I think she would have done that all season, but of course, when your season is on the line to go to state, you want to make sure you make it there, and plays like that are going to help you. Dorothy Duick up for the maroon and gold. And Craig still in for the Cougars.
This has been an epic day for Dorothy Duick. She's got 3 out of their 6 hits, got a huge RBI, got an infield hit that kept the 5th inning alive and opened the door for Daniels to get those 2 RBIs. Just a huge day on a big stage for Dewitt.
And of course, when you're a senior, it feels that much more special knowing that whatever happens today, that you played a great game. Dorothy Dewick still able to take on Craig as we continue on. We're 2-2.
These top 4 hitters in the Maple Grove order have been the difference makers. They've got 5 of the hits, 2 of the runs.
Dorothy Dewick able to hit it, but this one rolling foul.
And second life for Dewick there, because if that stays fair, that's an easy out. So she's got another opportunity, and we'll see what she makes of it.
Dorothy Dewick unable to escape Craig. But this time it's Bella Daniels. Let's take a look at this one again though. Craig getting it done and doing what she does best, and that is striking these ladies out.
7 of them today.
Oh, 0-1. This is the matchup that you love, the 2 pitchers going at each other.
We've had a couple of these today, and they have not disappointed.
Bella Daniels pops this one up. Bobbled. Another error here for the Cougars. We talked about not wanting to have those here in these late innings. But Losi drops the ball there as this one comes falling from the sky.
And I thought the right fielder almost hauled that in. That was Chiapetta backing up Thomas. Nearly a spectacular catch, but Maple Grove again with 2 outs, Blythe. That has been the constant for the Crimson.
This one flying foul. Jenna Grunig up to bat for the Crimson. 12 RBIs this season. Another senior on this squad for Maple Grove. A hit here, but the Cougars get the out they needed. Not allowing Maple Grove to add to their lead will help them as they head in to finish this game off. But again, Maple Grove sitting up 3-1. We'll come back for this last bit of championship action here on North Metro TV.
COVID-19 has changed how we show up and show out with our family. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to talking smack with a side of mac and cheese. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions. Should I get it? Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now, get the facts. At getvaccineanswers.org, so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
And we are back here on North Metro TV. Sam Ekstrom alongside myself, Blythe Whaley, as we take you down the home stretch here of this championship matchup. The Crimson still leading the way 3-1, but the Cougars up to bat, and they could possibly change things here, and they're hoping to do so in a hurry.
Yeah, this has been an impressive performance by Maple Grove. They've definitely been the better of the two teams. I don't think the scoreboard is lying to you. I think that reflects how it's gone. They've pitched better, they've fielded better, they've gotten timely hits, and they're trying to push this thing to a decisive final game after this.
Up to bat here for the Cougars is Maddie Ringen. She's had a home run this season, 11 RBIs. And another one of many seniors on this Cougar squad.
Yeah, this is a powerful duo to lead off the inning. Ringen and then Craig can both go deep. And obviously that 2-run deficit is big. If it's a 1-run game, you can tie it with one swing. If it's 2, you need at least one base runner, of course.
Able to hit it out to the outfield, getting a base hit here for the Cougars, a much needed one at that. Ringen it in.
And that's the worst case scenario for Maple Grove, because now Craig bats as the tying run. And we're in for another one of these epic showdowns between these two pitchers. They've just found a way to face off in critical junctures of this game along the way. We've got a pinch runner here for Ringen. Macy Dockendorf, the number 2 pitcher.
Macy Dockendorf, also a senior.
If I'm Centennial here, I don't think I steal. I don't want to make outs on the base paths. I don't want to be overly aggressive, especially down by 2. If they're down by 1, I think that's different. I think you let Craig swing the bat here.
I agree. Craig will get another crack at this one.
Craig can hit it to both fields. She hit an opposite field home run, and then she pulled a long fly ball to left in her second at bat. It's a hard one to get out.
1-1's the count. They're gonna call her safe here on second. That's Maisie Dockendorf, able to make the run, which we just talked about. We weren't sure was going to happen here.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that she ran, and that's almost exactly what I feared for Centennial, was making it out on the base paths, and Dockendorf inched in there.
When those risks pay off, and we see Dockendorf not wanting her senior year to end like this. She's trying to make it happen here now on second. As Craig hits one out to center field. Craig makes it to first and able to make it home. The Cougars get another run on the board. This game is now 3-2. They just need one more run to tie this one up.
And Blythe, Ringen ran through a stop sign at third. Thomas was at third, halfway down the line. I'm almost positive he was giving the stop sign. Ringen ran through it, drew the throw home, and that allowed Craig to get to second base. And I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I think he's got the hand up saying no, no, no. And she said, I'm coming.
I told you, she doesn't want her season over like this. She's going to make sure she does whatever it takes, even if that means not listening to her coach to make it home. Sometimes I think in the craziness of it, you don't always get to hear what that advice is. You're just making a decision, because if you don't, that's when you are going to get out, when you hesitate that little bit.
Yep. Pinch runner for Craig, too, is Alyssa Shoemaker, and this is huge for Centennial, because they haven't had 2 solid at-bats in a row like that all game. And that's got to boost their confidence. Now they're 1 hit away from tying this thing up. And this will be interesting, because now we've gotten through the meat of the Centennial lineup. Like this was the bread and butter with Ringen and Craig, and now we get into just Thomas and Hopkins. Bottom third of the order. One of them can come up a hero here with a base hit.
Trying to do just that is Alexa Just up here for the Cougars. The junior, 5 RBIs as she came into today. Taking on Bella Daniels.
So they've got the bunt defense on. And it doesn't seem like Just is trying to do anything but advance that runner.
0-1 the count. Just, again, trying to make the bunt. 0-2 now after that one.
All right, at this point, if I'm Just, I'm nervous to do that again. Not only are there 2 strikes, but it looks like Daniels is keeping it high in the zone, more likely to pop it up on the bunt and be caught. I would try to swing away here.
Maybe you should speak louder so the advice gets to her. Just kidding. Well, she listened to you. She tried to get something on that one.
And we did see a Maple Grove hitter, Werns, bunt with 2 strikes earlier in the game, so can be done. It's a little unorthodox. But the objective here is just to put it in play.
An unfortunate strikeout for the Cougars, leading to the first out. But still, they have a runner on second as they continue on, having Addie Thomas, the sophomore, up to bat next against Bella Daniels.
Yeah, this puts the advantage back now in Maple Grove's court, because you can't sacrifice the runner home anymore. When they're on second with nobody out, you can sacrifice in the third, and ground ball, fly ball can get them home. You don't need a hit. Now you probably need a hit, unless, of course, there's a wild pitch or something that advances the runner, maybe even a steal, which would be very aggressive. But Maple Grove now has the ability to just get these next 2 batters out and end this game.
For the Crimson, even though they just allowed a run, I'm sure feels like they have a lot of life knowing what they have done throughout this game to get up.
Centennial unbeaten this year in 1-run games, 5-0. Maple Grove 1-2 in 1-run games, trying to get one in the bank in that regard.
Addie Thomas. This one up and over. 0-1. Thomas continues to fight. Able to get a hit on her way to first, and we're coming home. The Cougars get the tying run. There's some life here if you're Centennial. 3-3 the score now. An exciting change of events as the Cougars making it happen here in the bottom of the 7th.
Great teams have the clutch gene, and Centennial just looks different at the plate here in the 7th, and what a moment for the sophomore A.D. Thomas, daughter of the coach. Game-tying RBI in the championship. Are you kidding? What a moment, and now they're trying to win it.
Now, if you're Bella Daniels, of course, it is a tough mental game from here on out. Trying to make sure that you stay confident in yourself and your ability, because you don't want to allow another one here.
It was so smooth for her all day. This is the first real adversity she's faced.
But if you're the Cougars, you still have a runner here on first waiting for that help if you're Emma Hopkins, who's up to bat.
So I'm going to change my tune here, Blythe. Now that it's tied, now I think you're playing with house money if you're Centennial. Now I'd be more aggressive. I would try to steal bases. You've got Maple Grove on their heels. I think I would sort of turn it up a notch and try to get this runner in scoring position with Chiapetta next.
We await and see if they do so. Hopkins gets a hit, but Bella Daniels able to throw it to first.
Nearly a fatal hesitation
Yes.
as she looked to second base, but she stayed collected, made the throw, and that's still a good at bat for Hopkins. She works back from 0-2, puts it in play, and advances the runner.
Centennial having that runner at second. Is now Chiapetta steps up to bat for the Cougars. Chiapetta, the junior, 8 RBIs coming into today, but if she gets on base, she has 5 stolen bases too before today.
Lily Cummins is the pinch runner at second, the winning run.
Again, Bella Daniels going to have to continue to stay strong mentally as she takes on Chiapetta. Oh, and 2 the count.
Fans on their feet all over the place. This is a fun atmosphere.
Yeah, talk about playoff feelings, and today has brought it, both teams. I thought it was gonna be us this time. I was ready, but glad it went just off behind us.
I brought my glove, I got it.
Oh, you did?
In my backpack. No, I don't.
No, we should always be ready, but this one's still Bella Daniels. Chiapetta pops this one up. Coming down and making the save. The Crimson get out of this one with the tie. However, celebrating the Cougars, bringing this game to a 3-3 tie as we go into extra innings here on Championship Thursday. We'll be back for more action here on North Metro TV.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls in 8th grade.
Oh, yeah?
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia! You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Back here for an exciting extra innings. Maple Grove Crimson up to bat here, tied 3-3 with the Cougars. Cougars able to get 2 runs in that 7th inning to have the comeback. But now gonna have to play some defense to make sure they put themselves in position to finish it off here in the 8th. Craig still in the circle for the Cougars. Sends it in, Maple Grove popping this one up. It goes foul, but the Cougars snagging this one down. That is Thomas making that first out. Huge if you're the Cougars, getting that first out early on the board, only gonna help. We know that the Crimson have done quite well though with still even 2 of those outs on the board, but sitting with 1 early on still feels great for Centennial.
Yeah, you know, Maple Grove has done an amazing job of making something out of the opportunities Centennial has allowed them to have, a lot of them via errors. And I can't imagine how deflating it is now because you can't count on the errors happening again. You know, at some point you're going to have to make something for yourself, and to lose that deficit in the 7th inning has got to do a number on you mentally. So we've got an elite pitcher on the mound. Suddenly the game is even. Extra innings again. Both teams have 3 runs and 6 hits. They're so evenly matched. But probably some flashbacks from Maple Grove to that last extra inning game.
This is Craigie taking on Craig. Craigie again, just a sophomore, getting this experience up to bat.
Remember, she replaced Strom, who got hit by that pitch, and she struck out back in the 6th.
Craig again able to get the strikeout for her team. Now 2 outs on the board. Can't count Maple Grove out. They've had those big plays late in an inning, but still, if you're Craig, you're feeling good. That confidence is still flowing, getting this strikeout early on.
Strikeout count up to 8 now for Craig. Nelson is 1 for 3.
Tremendous day for Craig. Popped up here, the Crimson able to bring this one down in the outfield. Believe that was Chiapetta snagging it. And the Cougars put themselves in a great spot to head into the bottom of the 8th to get it done. Still tied 3-3, and we'll be back here for more action on North Metro TV.
The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And this is playoffs here in the 8th inning. It comes to this. The Cougars in great positioning to get it done in the bottom of the 8th.
And the Cougars are a little bit more of a power team. They could end this in one swing.
Bryn Ruberg up to bat for the Crimson. A junior taking on Bella Daniels, who might have had some confidence stripped away after having a couple runs. And a few hits, of course, in that bottom of the 7th to get us here.
Yeah, she gave up 3 hits in the first 6 innings, and then 3 hits in the 7th alone. So this stretch of the order for Centennial, hitters 2, 3, and 4, combined 0 for 9 on the day. They don't have a single hit.
Count is 3-1, Bella Daniels. Taking on Bryn Ruberg. Bryn Ruberg getting to take her base. Feeling good if you're the Cougars, having a runner out there. Abby Losi steps up to the plate here, and the senior takes on Bella Daniels.
And you could see the reaction by Daniels on that 3-1 pitch. She was almost in pain when she saw that it was called the ball. She wanted it. You got to see the most mental toughness she can muster here.
Losi gets a hit down the third baseline. This error here by the Crimson is going to allow the Cougars to run it all the way. The Cougars win it here in the section finals. An exciting, tremendous finish if you are a Cougar fan. This game ends in the 8th inning. So they had to make it this far, but definitely a great effort on both sides here today.
Oh, my heart goes out to Maple Grove. Congrats to Centennial. They hadn't made an error all day. That was the story of the game, errors. And then an error is what eventually bites them in the 8th. But congrats to Centennial for putting together a series of clutch at-bats to head to the state tournament. Their second appearance. Here's the game-winning play.
Let's take a look at this one. That error here by Maple Grove, so costly as the Cougars ecstatic to run around those bases, as they know this means they're heading to the state tournament. Their trip to Mankato is gonna happen and the dream come true.
And how close does Maple Grove feel? You know, a couple of extra inning, 1-run losses to the number 2 team in the state, you know, per the last poll. Centennial just better by the slimmest of margins against this Maple Grove team. And, you know, you look at this Maple Grove roster, we've talked a lot about returning players. They've got a lot of them. So they're going to be a good team again next year. And I think Centennial will be as well. And Centennial going for their first championship.
Of course, with any section final, you get to have that award ceremony. And we'll throw it to the announcers and let you listen in here on this ceremony.
We'll hand medals out at a different time. But at this time, would the captains from Maple Grove please come forward to collect your section runner-up trophy. Centennial fans, how about a big hand for Maple Grove? And now, with the captains from this year's section, 5A champion Centennial, please come forward to accept your trophy. Once again, congratulations to both teams and best of luck to Centennial in next week's state softball tournament. Drive home safe and drink some water.
And that about does it here from the Cougars Stadium. The Centennial team gets to head to the state tournament. Again, we talked about how many seniors on their squad, and so what a year for them to make this late season run.
Yeah, their junior years wiped out. This is their last chance, and maybe for some, their only varsity season. And for those 8 seniors to get to go play at Caswell Park in Mankato, less than a week from now, yeah, you feel good for them. And, I think I said at one point Maple Grove was the better team in this game, for the first 6 innings, but Centennial was the better team throughout the season, and they certainly earned this.
Well, that does it here for our North Metro production. On behalf of my tremendous crew, I'm Blythe Whaley, and special thanks to my broadcast partner, Sam Ekstrom. It's been wonderful being with you here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon as the Cougars advance today. See you next time for more softball state tournament action.